Welcome to the Leaders Insights podcast. Today's episode, Composable and Headless Marketing Stacks, what CMOs actually need to understand. Last week, Gartner put out a number that should terrify half the CMOs listening. Enterprises now use, on average, 43% of the marketing tools they actually pay for. The rest is shelfware, and yet everyone's rushing to buy even more. So explain this. Why is composable suddenly the word every vendor is whispering in your ear?
Because composable is what you say when we oversold you a suite you never fully used, stops working. Composable just means you build your marketing stack from separate best-in-class pieces instead of buying one giant platform that promises to do everything and does most of it badly.
Fine, but that sounds like the same pitch Adobe and Salesforce made a decade ago. Buy our all-in-one, sleep easy. What broke?
The monolith broke. The single vendor doing content, email, personalization, analytics, all bolted together. It broke because you couldn't swap out the weak parts. If Adobe's email engine was mediocre, you were stuck with it. Composable lets you rip out the email piece, keep everything else, and connect a better one through APIs, application programming interfaces, the plugs that let two systems talk.
And headless? Because I've sat in rooms where the CTO says it and three marketers nod without a clue.
Headless means you split the back end, where your content lives, from the front end, the screen the customer sees. In a traditional system, they're welded together. Headless decouples them, so the same product description feeds your website, your app, a smartwatch, a kiosk, without you rewriting it 4 times.
Give me a name. Who actually did this and got something out of it?
Nike. They moved off a stitched-together commerce platform to a composable setup years back, and the payoff was speed. They could ship a new checkout flow for a shoe drop in days, not a quarter. But here's the honest bit. Most of the glowing case studies come from the vendors selling the architecture. Contentful, commerce tools. They publish numbers like 40% faster time to market, and you should read those the way you read a diet ad.
So when a vendor tells me composable cuts costs, I should assume it doesn't?
Assume the opposite at first. Composable is cheaper to run and more expensive to build. You're now the general contractor. You need developers who can wire 6 systems together and keep them talking. Companies without that engineering muscle end up paying a systems integrator, a consultancy that glues it all, and that bill dwarfs the license you thought you saved.
That's the uncomfortable part, isn't it? A CMO buys composable to escape vendor lock-in and just trades it for dependence on a dev team they don't control.
Exactly right. The lock-in doesn't vanish. It moves. Instead of being trapped by Salesforce, you're trapped by the 3 engineers who understand how your Frankenstein connects. And when they quit, that knowledge walks out with them. Nobody puts that in the sales deck.
So how does a CMO who isn't technical avoid getting played here?
Ask one question in every vendor meeting. What breaks when I remove your piece? If the answer is nothing, everything keeps running. It's genuinely composable. If they get vague and start talking about their ecosystem, you're being sold a monolith wearing a costume.
What about the mid-size brand? The one doing $50 million in revenue, not Nike. Do they even need this?
Mostly no, and that's the heresy nobody says out loud. If you're not shipping experiences across 5 channels with a real engineering team, a good all-in-one is fine. Composable is a tool for scale and complexity. Buying it because it's fashionable is how you end up in that 43% shelfware statistic, paying for flexibility you never use.
So the one thing they should do Monday morning?
Pull your actual usage data on every marketing tool you own, not what the vendor reports, your own login and API logs. Find the tools running under 30% before you buy anything composable. Kill those. You'll fund the real project and stop paying rent on software nobody opens.
Cancel before you compose. I'll take it. That's your 5. The full CMO track, structured, no fluff, is at mba-training.com.